Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for joining today. If you love coins, hidden treasures, and the unbelievable stories behind everyday pocket change, you are absolutely in the right place. Today's journey is all about how something so small, so ordinary, and so often ignored can secretly hold extraordinary value. In this video, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the Liberty 1 cent 1993 USA coin, a penny that most people have spent without a second thought, yet one that has shocked collectors with values reaching an astonishing $913,000 when the right combination of errors, mistakes, and mint mark variations come together. This is not just a story about money, but a story about history, chance, rarity, and the fine details that turn a single cent into a life-changing discovery. The 1993 Liberty 1 cent, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, represents a time when millions of coins were produced for everyday use, yet only a tiny fraction emerged with characteristics that make collectors stop in their tracks. At first glance, the coin looks simple. Abraham Lincoln's familiar portrait greets us on the obverse, a design that has been part of American coinage for generations. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands as a symbol of national heritage and continuity. For most people, this coin is nothing more than a reminder of loose change rattling in a pocket or sitting forgotten in a jar. But collectors know that appearances can be deceiving, and the smallest imperfections can create massive value. To truly understand why a 1993 Liberty 1 cent can be worth far more than its face value, we must first appreciate how coins are made. Every coin begins its life as a blank metal disc called a planchet. These planchets are fed into powerful presses where engraved dies strike them with tremendous force, imprinting the designs we recognize. When everything goes perfectly, the result is a standard coin worth exactly what it says. But perfection is rare in any industrial process, especially one producing hundreds of millions of coins. Errors happen, and when they do, history is accidentally rewritten. One of the most important reasons the 1993 penny can become so valuable lies in striking errors. A striking error occurs when something goes wrong during the moment the die hits the planchet. One of the most famous and valuable types is the off-center strike. In these cases, the planchet is not properly aligned, and the design is struck partially off the edge. If the date and mint mark remain visible while a significant portion of the design is missing, collectors become extremely interested. A dramatic off-center strike from 1993, especially one showing clear detail and strong luster, can command enormous premiums. Another striking error that elevates value is the double strike. This happens when a coin is struck more than once, and the planchet shifts between strikes. The result is a ghostly overlapping of images, sometimes rotated, sometimes slightly offset. On a 1993 penny, a clear double strike with visible separation can create a stunning visual effect that collectors crave. These coins are tangible evidence of the chaotic moments inside the mint, frozen forever in copper. Closely related to double strikes are double die errors, which are among the most famous and valuable in the coin world. Unlike a double strike, a double die occurs earlier in the process, when the die itself receives multiple impressions during its creation. This leads to doubling on letters, numbers, and sometimes Lincoln's profile. On a 1993 Liberty 1 cent, strong double die obverse errors might show clear doubling on the date, the word liberty, or the motto, "I in God we trust." The more pronounced and well-defined the doubling, the higher the value climbs. Mint mark errors also play a crucial role in transforming an ordinary 1993 penny into a collector's dream. In 1993, pennies were produced primarily at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with mint marks indicating their origin. Errors involving mint marks can include repunched mint marks, misplaced mint marks, or even missing mint marks where one should exist. A repunched mint mark shows clear evidence that the letter was stamped more than once in slightly different positions. These subtle details require careful inspection, but once discovered, they can significantly boost a coin's desirability. Another fascinating category of errors involves planchet mistakes. A planchet error occurs when the metal blank itself is flawed before striking. One example is the wrong planchet error, where a penny is struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination or composition. If a 1993 penny were struck on a planchet meant for another coin, the weight, color, and thickness would immediately stand out. Such errors are rare and dramatic, often commanding staggering prices at auction. Lamination errors are another possibility that adds intrigue and value. These occur when impurities in the metal cause layers to peel or flake away from the coin surface. A 1993 penny with a large, dramatic lamination flaw tells a story of imperfect metal and industrial stress, making it a unique artifact of the minting process. Collectors often value these coins not only for their rarity, but also for their unusual appearance. Clip planchet errors also deserve attention. These happen when the metal strip used to create planchets is improperly fed into the cutting machine, resulting in a coin with a missing section. A curved clip, in particular, is highly recognizable and collectible. When paired with a clear date and mint mark, a clipped 1993 Liberty 1 cent can become extremely valuable. Die cracks and die breaks are yet another layer of potential value. As dies are used repeatedly, they wear down and eventually crack. When a cracked die strikes a coin, raised lines appear on the surface, often running through the design. In extreme cases, pieces of the die break away entirely, creating dramatic raised blobs or missing details. These errors can be minor or spectacular, and the most dramatic examples are often the most valuable. The concept of transitional errors also plays a role in the high valuations seen for some pennies. Transitional errors occur when a coin is struck using a design, composition, or process intended for a different time period. While 1993 is not typically associated with major composition changes, any confirmed transitional error involving this year will be exceptionally rare and valuable. Condition is another crucial factor that cannot be overlooked. Even the rarest error coin loses value if it is heavily worn or damaged after leaving the mint. Coins that have been preserved in high grades, especially those with original mint luster and minimal contact marks, command the highest prices. A 1993 penny with a spectacular error in near-perfect condition can push values into the hundreds of thousands, especially when collectors compete at auction. Authentication and grading are essential steps in realizing such value. Professional grading services examine coins under magnification, verify the error, assess authenticity, and assign a grade. A certified error coin gains credibility in the marketplace, giving buyers confidence and often driving prices higher. Many record-breaking sales have occurred only after coins were professionally authenticated and graded. The story of a $913,000 valuation is not just about metal and mistakes, but about rarity and demand. For every million 1993 pennies produced, only a handful may exhibit truly extraordinary errors. Of those, even fewer survive in collectible condition. When serious collectors, investors, and museums compete for these rare pieces, prices can skyrocket. Auctions become battlegrounds where history, passion, and money collide. There's also a psychological aspect to these values. Error coins capture the imagination because they represent accidents that were never supposed to happen. Each one is unique, a one-of-a-kind survivor of a process designed for uniformity. Owning such a coin is like owning a moment of chaos preserved in copper. The hunt for valuable pennies has turned many ordinary people into treasure seekers. Stories abound of collectors finding rare error coins in pocket change, bank rolls, or inherited collections. The possibility that a simple 1993 penny could be worth a fortune keeps people searching, examining, and learning. This sense of discovery is at the heart of numismatics. It is also important to understand that not every 1993 penny is valuable. The vast majority are worth only face value or a small premium. True high-value examples require specific, verifiable errors combined with excellent condition. Education and careful examination are key. Magnification, accurate scales, and reference materials help collectors separate common coins from rare gems. My dear coin enthusiasts, collectors, and anyone who has ever marveled at the tiny yet fascinating world of United States coinage. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most intriguing and highly coveted coins in American numismatics, the 1994 Liberty 1 cent coin. While most pennies in circulation are worth their face value and rarely attract attention beyond casual use. This particular coin has captured the imaginations of collectors worldwide because of its extraordinary potential value. Believe it or not, certain examples of the 1994 Liberty 1 cent can reach astonishing figures, valued at over $6 million, a staggering difference from the humble 1 cent they represent. This extraordinary value is not arbitrary. It is the result of a combination of historical significance, minting peculiarities, errors, and rare variations that have turned a simple copper-plated coin into a prized artifact of American history. To fully appreciate the allure of the 1994 Liberty 1 cent, we must first understand its background and place in the long lineage of the Lincoln cent series. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, replacing the Indian head cent that had been in circulation for decades. The design, created by Victor David Brenner, features a profile of President Lincoln on the obverse, a design that has endured for over a century with minimal changes. The reverse design originally depicted two stalks of wheat, commonly referred to as the wheat cent, which was eventually replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. The 1994 Liberty 1 cent belongs to this Lincoln Memorial reverse era, a design that was minted from 1959 until 2008. While millions of Lincoln Memorial cents were produced during this period, collectors are particularly drawn to those examples with rare features, mint errors, or unique characteristics that set them apart from the billions of ordinary pennies that circulated in wallets and cash registers. One of the key factors that elevate the value of the 1994 Liberty 1 cent is the occurrence of minting errors and anomalies. Mint errors can occur at various stages of the coin production process, from the preparation of the metal planchets to the striking of the coin by the dies. In the case of the 1994 Liberty 1 cent, some coins exhibit what collectors call double die errors. A double die error happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or stamped multiple times during production, creating a doubled image of certain design elements. This can appear on the obverse as a doubling of Lincoln's facial features, the date, or the lettering, and on the reverse, it might affect the Lincoln Memorial details or the inscriptions. Coins with clear and well-defined double die errors are extremely rare, and their rarity significantly contributes to the market value. Collectors are willing to pay substantial sums for examples that clearly display these characteristics, with premiums often reaching tens or even hundreds of times the coin's original face value. Another type of error that makes the 1994 Liberty 1 cent so valuable is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin is not properly aligned in the press during striking, causing the design to appear shifted toward one side of the coin. Off-center strikes can range from minor misalignments to extreme cases where only part of Lincoln's image appears on the coin. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Even a small percentage of off-center cents from a 1994 series can command significant attention among collectors. Similarly, there are coins with die cracks, where the metal die develops a fracture during production, resulting in raised lines or ridges on the coin's surface. These cracks are often unique, creating one-of-a-kind coins that become highly sought after. Point 1 cannot discuss the value of the 1994 Liberty 1 cent without mentioning mint mark errors. In 1994, Lincoln cents were produced at multiple mints, including Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. Occasionally, coins are struck with missing, misplaced, or doubled mint marks, creating an anomaly that collectors prize. For example, a 1994 D cent that accidentally shows a double D or an off-center mint mark is extremely rare and can exponentially increase the coin's market value. Furthermore, there are varieties where the mint mark appears unusually large or small due to die wear or intentional modification during minting, further enhancing collectability. While errors and mint mark variations are essential, other factors also contribute to the astonishing valuation of the 1994 Liberty 1 cent. The condition of the coin, often assessed through professional grading services, plays a crucial role in determining worth. Coins in uncirculated condition, with no wear and pristine surfaces, can achieve the highest market prices. Grading services such as PCGS and NGC assign a numerical score to coins, ranging from 1 for heavily worn coins to 70 for flawless specimens. A 1994 Liberty 1 cent with a perfect 70 grade, combined with a rare error or mint mark anomaly, can easily reach the multi-million-dollar valuation that sets it apart from ordinary pennies. Even coins with slightly lower grades can command significant sums if they possess unique error characteristics, as collectors are willing to pay for the rarity and historical significance rather than just the pristine condition. The story of the 1994 Liberty 1 cent does not end with its production anomalies. Its historical context and place in the coin collecting community also contribute to its desirability. In the early 1990s, the U.S. Mint continued to experiment with production techniques to increase efficiency and maintain quality standards. During this period, small errors and anomalies were documented, but many coins were circulated without notice, making the discovery of an error coin a thrilling moment for collectors. Owning such a coin is not only a matter of financial investment, but also a tangible connection to a specific moment in American minting history. Each coin tells a story about the processes, challenges, and artistry involved in creating currency for a nation. Market demand plays a significant role as well. Over the past few decades, there's been a growing fascination with error coins and rare varieties, fueled by collectors, investors, and even online communities that trade information and discoveries. Coins like the 1994 Liberty 1 cent have become symbols of the thrill of discovery, as finding a rare error in circulation can turn a seemingly worthless penny into a highly valuable asset. Auctions, coin shows, and private sales have demonstrated that collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for coins that are not only rare, but also visually striking or historically significant. Stories of collectors finding these coins in change or inherited collections and later realizing their immense value only add to the mystique and excitement surrounding them. Moreover, the 1994 Liberty 1 cent is part of a broader narrative in U.S. numismatics regarding the importance of minting precision and the allure of imperfection. Coins are generally designed to be uniform and identical, but these rare deviations highlight the human and mechanical factors inherent in mass production. Every scratch, doubling, or misaligned feature represents a moment when the minting process deviated from perfection, creating a tangible piece of history. For collectors, these imperfections are not flaws, they are the very elements that make a coin extraordinary. The 1994 Liberty 1 cent embodies this phenomenon, as its value is intrinsically linked to these unique and unrepeatable characteristics. Even the metal composition of a 1994 Liberty 1 cent contributes to its interest among collectors. By this time, pennies were primarily composed of a zinc core with a thin copper plating, a combination that could react differently under various striking pressures. Variations in metal flow during striking could produce subtle design differences, further distinguishing one coin from another. These metallurgical subtleties, often invisible to casual observers, are meticulously documented and studied by numismatists, creating an additional layer of complexity and fascination around coins from this period. In addition to the technical factors, the 1994 Liberty 1 cent holds a sentimental and cultural appeal. Lincoln's enduring presence on the penny symbolizes not only the historical significance of his presidency, but also the broader themes of liberty, democracy, and the American identity. Collecting coins like this allows individuals to connect with history in a tangible way, appreciating the craftsmanship and symbolism embedded in a small piece of metal that has traveled through countless hands and transactions. This cultural resonance, combined with rarity and condition, amplifies the coin's perceived value and desirability. The potential value of $6,410,000 for certain 1994 Liberty 1 cents may seem astonishing, but it is grounded in the intersection of rarity, error characteristics, condition, and market demand. The presence of double die errors, off-center strikes, mint mark anomalies, die cracks, and other unique features transforms a standard 1 cent coin into a collector's treasure.